Hello everyone and good afternoon. I'm State Senator Bobby Powell Jr. representing State Senate District 30 in Palm Beach County, and I'm here to present to you another edition of Powell Press as we conclude week 2 of the 2019 Florida legislative session. I began this week presenting 2 of my bills in committee. The first bill was, of course, Senate Bill 838, which exempts information regarding persons seeking mental health treatment and services from the public records. As we all know, a person's mental health is an intensely private matter and should be protected from dissemination to the public. I'm proud to report that this bill was unanimously approved by the Committee on Children, Families, and Elder Affairs. This week, my second bill that I presented was Senate Bill 498. This piece of legislation protects our fire safety inspectors from individuals attempting to commit certain acts to influence them, such as threats, coercion, and bribery. Such threats could damage the process. This bill also passed unanimously through the Committee on Governmental Oversight and Accountability. Later in the week, I held a press conference with my legislative colleagues and the No Place for a Child Coalition to demand long overdue reforms to Florida's direct file statute, which allows for hundreds of children to be unfairly prosecuted as adults every year in our state. I have championed this particular issue in both chambers for the past 6 years, and I'll continue to fight until we do the right thing here in terms of reform in the state of Florida, because this current statute is unjust and inhumane, and we don't need to keep this process the same way. And one of the more important things to happen this week was AKA Day at the Capitol, where we met with members of the sorority from Palm Beach County. We talked about their legislative priorities and the issues that they're facing this year in the state. Another exciting thing that happened this week in the legislative process, the overall legislature, the Florida House passed through reforms related to medical marijuana, which allows for smokable portions of medical marijuana to be now distributed. This is the same piece of legislation that passed through the Florida Senate last week and allows for more access to patients who need that type of care. These are things that we're doing together in the legislative process. Finally, we are wrapping up this week with a series of events hosted by the Florida Conference of Black State Legislators and the Florida Legislative Black Caucus, which I am the vice chairman. And we are just now returning from the Kershaw Cherry Annual Legislative Luncheon. And later on tonight, we will of course be attending the 26th Annual Scholarship Gala, doubled as the State of Black Florida Gala celebration, where we will honor our Black leaders in the state of Florida. And we will honor the progress that we and they have made over the last 26 years. That's a recap of just some of this week's happenings in the Florida Senate. Stay tuned for next week's edition as we look back at week 3 of the legislative session. This has been State Senator Bobby Powell Jr. And remember, a life of service is indeed a life that counts. Thank you for joining us.